Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever wondered if a computer could, just create a painting from scratch? Or maybe write a brand new song? Well, get ready, because today we're diving into the world of generative AI, the technology that's doing exactly that. We're going to break down what it is, how it works, and how it's already shaking things up. And just so you know, all the insights we're covering today come straight from Chapter 6 of the Introduction to Artificial Intelligence tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. Okay, with that covered, let's get right into it. All right, let's just jump right in with a big idea. I want you to think about this for a second. What if a computer could actually write a compelling essay, design a totally unique logo for a company, or even compose an original piece of music? I know, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but this is exactly what we're talking about today. So, first things first, what exactly is generative AI? We're going to kick things off with a really simple, clear definition to get us all on the same page. The key idea here is moving beyond just analyzing stuff to actually creating stuff. Here it is in a nutshell. Generative AI is all about AI systems that can create brand new original content from scratch. And we're talking about everything: text, images, music, even computer code and video. This isn't just about sorting data that's already there. This is about making things that have literally never existed before. And this is really the key difference right here. For years, traditional AI has been about analysis. Looking at a photo and saying, that's a cat. It's like a detective. But generative AI, it's an artist. It's not just finding the cat in the picture, it's creating a brand new picture of a cat you've never seen. That leap from analysis to creation is a huge deal. Which, of course, leads to the next big question. How on earth does a computer create something out of thin air? It seems like magic, right? Well, let's take a quick peek behind the curtain. Don't worry, we're not going to get super technical, but the process is absolutely fascinating. Okay, check this out, because this is wild. When you ask an AI to create an image, it often starts with nothing but a screen full of digital static, just random noise, like an old TV with no signal. Then you give it your prompt, something like a fox reading a book in the library. The AI then uses that text to slowly, step by step, chip away at the noise, refining it over and over until a clear picture emerges. It's almost like a sculptor who sees a statue inside a block of marble and just removes everything that isn't the statue. Pretty incredible. All right, so now that we have a sense of how it works, let's look at what it can do. The best way to think about this isn't as one single thing, but more like a whole digital toolbox. And inside, there's a specialized tool for just about any creative task you can dream up. And here are the main tools in that box. You've got text generation, with famous tools like ChatGPT that can help you write an email or even code. Then you've got image generation from models like DALL-E. There's also audio generation. Yep, AIs like Suno that create original music from a prompt. And finally, the really new frontier, video generation. Each one is a powerhouse in its own right. Okay, this is all cool in theory, but what does it actually mean for people in their day-to-day jobs? How are people using this stuff in the real world right now? Let's look at some of the practical ways professionals are putting these tools to work. For anyone who writes, marketers, authors, you name it, this is a total game changer. It's like having a tireless creative partner. You can use it to brainstorm 10 different blog post titles in 10 seconds. It can help you bust through that dreaded writer's block by getting you a first draft to work with. Or it can generate a whole week's worth of social media posts that you can then tweak and perfect. Designers and artists are using these tools to bring ideas to life at lightning speed. Imagine you're an interior designer. You could show a client what their living room would look like in 10 different styles, from minimalist to art deco, in a matter of minutes, not days. It lets you explore creative avenues you might never have even considered, supercharging the whole process. And it's not just for the artsy folks, right? A programmer can use it to write all the boring, repetitive setup code for a new project, saving them hours so they can focus on the really tough problems. And get this, teachers are using it to create 5 different versions of a history quiz in seconds, each one tailored to challenge their students in a new way. Okay, let's pause here for a second, because this brings us to what is maybe the most important takeaway of all. With all this power, it's absolutely crucial to remember that this technology is a tool. It's an assistant, not a replacement for human skill and creativity. In fact, the source material for this explainer just nails it with this quote: "Generative AI is best viewed as a powerful tool that augments human creativity rather than replacing it."
The key word there is augments. It enhances what we can do. It doesn't make us obsolete.
And that's because, frankly, it has some serious limitations. The AI doesn't actually understand anything, it's just an incredibly sophisticated pattern matcher, a really good mimic. That's why it can sometimes state things that are just plain wrong with total confidence, or why it creates those infamous images where people have 6 fingers. The human in the loop for fact-checking, for editing, for common sense isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely essential. So this incredibly powerful new creative tool isn't some far-off future concept anymore. It's here. It's in our hands now. And that leaves us with a really fascinating and really important question to think about. What will we choose to build with it?